Off the coast of the Monterey Bay with my partner, 3 dogs, 8 chickens, and our huge flower and vegetable garden that I've lovingly named Dusty Fox Farm. I'm so glad you're here. This is my little space of the internet where I'm going to share with you the things that I'm working on, mostly fiber related, some knitting, spinning, dyeing, sewing, quilting, maybe some stuff in the kitchen, maybe some stuff in the garden, some travel, just kind of whatever spikes my interest at the time. I'm so happy you're here to join me. Go ahead and grab your little furry animal, something to do with your hands, cuddle up, and I'll go ahead and tell you about my colorful life. So excited, I'm done with my Inclinations shawl. I dyed this yarn, this roving, I spun it, and then I knit it into this shawl. And I love it, it's so squishy. There's nothing like wearing something that you make with your hands from start to finish. I didn't process this fleece, but dyeing it and spinning it and then knitting it, it's been really fun. So I'm really happy it's done. And this is how I like to wear the majority of my shawls. How do you like to wear your shawls? I kind of like this like front bib look. And then if I'm in the car driving, I can throw this on and whatever I'm drinking won't get on my clothes. Not really kidding. So yeah, I love this pattern. It was really fun. I could, you know, spin up a ton of yarn and just keep making these forever and ever, but I know Andrea's just gonna keep coming out with more and more and more patterns for us to love. I'm not gonna wear it because it's pretty warm here today. We are in California, and I'll give you kind of a close-up of the yarns. This is the blues and the purples. Hello. And pinks. And this was so fun. I loved it. You know, I used up all the skeins of pink, all the skeins of this like purple, the dark purple. I have a lot left over of the blue and the yellow because they're at the beginning and the end. And all the details for this will be on my Ravelry. I knit it to the pattern. I just kind of did whatever I wanted with the yarn placement. And I did keep knitting more repeats so that it was longer and bigger. Sometimes I feel like her shawls are a little bit short for me for wrapping and cuddling. So I made it a little longer. Also, I wanted to use up more and more of my yarn, like as much as I could. So it's done and it's squishy and it's been coming places with me to keep me warm right now. And that's my only finished object I have today, but I do have some things that I've been working on. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of my whips and my works in progress. One of them I'm really excited about. And that one is my tessellated sweater. I ordered my yarn for the tessellated sweater and I picked it all out online, and I had this vision in my head, and then when the yarn got here, everything in my brain went chaotic. The main color I ordered, I was not in love with. It was not my favorite color. So, and it didn't really seem to go with everything. I did a swatch, I wasn't super happy with it. So instead of buying more of the main color yarn, I decided to over dye it with some of my acid dyes that I have, because I have some and I like to dye roving and I can over dye yarn. I've over dyed one other project. I'll show it to you one day. And I decided to over dye this yarn instead of buying more yarn. But I get these like, you know, ideas like real quick, and then I want to execute them. And this idea came on hard and fast. I'll just over dye it. No big deal. Don't need to spend more money on yarn. So I over dyed it, and the color is great. I love it. And then the color did not match my spin cycle color that I had bought. So I ended up needing to buy more spin cycle anyways. So the moral of the story is, I don't know, do virtual shopping when you want to mix all these colors together, or return yarns. I don't know, but I have all this yarn now. So let me show you what I had. I'll show you first kind of like what the over dyed color is that I did. I wanted to just take the color that I had bought and take it a couple shades darker, but I didn't. I took it like into like black cherry, I would call this. It's like this deep gothic like black cherry color. It's so squish. It's really pretty actually. You can still, it's tonal, you know, you can still kind of see some, it's got some variegation in it, which is kind of fun for the tessellated, since the main color is not really like that visible, so it will be fine to have like a big variegation in color. And you know why that is? That's because I don't know how to dye yarn. I mixed acid dyes. I think I mixed way too much dye powder, and I, you know, boiled this yarn in a big pot, and so I don't know what I'm doing. That's why it's tonal, but it's okay. I can still work with it. And then I actually had to rebuy Spin Cycle, so I decided to buy some Water Witch, and I think it goes really perfectly with my color I chose. And then I'm keeping the original Bison Princess. So these are the three. And maybe this is what I had wanted all along, you know? And I just bought my yarns too late at night. I don't know, but I love this. I'm so excited, and it looks really good together. And this is like a color I should be wearing. It's dark. Well, not, I could wear any color I want, but these colors tend to look really good on my skin color, my hair, my eyes. So I'm really happy with what I did. And you guys, oh my gosh, I have 3 dogs that shed. This yarn is like covered in dog hair. My project is covered in dog hair, so I'm gonna show it to you, but please excuse. I find it embarrassing for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but it has got dog hair all over it. Or it's from the Surrey. Who knows, right? But I've been working away on my little tessellated, and I'm so happy with it. And I'll show it up close. This is it far away. You know, it's my morning knit. Don't work on it constantly. Here it is. Do like a close-up. It's really pretty. All the variegations. Yeah, I sit in the morning. Every morning I wake up, I make my coffee, or it's not coffee. I make a really weird drink in the morning. Everyone would probably think it was disgusting. So I make my drink, has coffee in it, and then I sit and I listen to my news podcast and do a little bit of knitting on this. Usually it's about a half an hour, but I probably just lied to you. It's probably more like an hour. And then I try to get up and like get on with my day. It can be very hard some days, because who doesn't love to sit and knit and listen to things? So yeah, I love this. It's turning out so gorgeous. It's slow knitting. The fabric is not as dense as I thought it was going to be. It's really light, kind of airy, airier than I thought, not airy. And then for this pattern, what I decided to do was to do a split hem. And I chose to split the hem because I just feel like for my body shape, I've got my waist and then hips, all the right curves in all the right places, right? So it kind of, the split hem just makes it sit a little bit nicer on my body shape. And so I do split hems on this. I started doing them on a lot of sweaters, and I really like the effect of it. I also did the tubular cast on. I love a tubular cast on. It's my favorite. I will do them till the cows come home. Andrea's little video, that tutorial that she has for doing the tubular cast on, is very challenging. So if you're trying to do it and it's not making sense to you, don't worry. Like, it took me a really long time to be comfortable with doing a tubular cast on. I was doing provisional tubular cast ons forever. And I'll link the videos that I like off of YouTube that I used for that. And then I wanted to kind of learn Andrea's method because it seems a lot more straightforward. So I made a couple Harlow hats and learned the tubular cast on that she does. And you need to know, you need to know what the stitches are supposed to look like and what to expect. And so it's, it's not, I wouldn't call that a beginner cast on in the least at all. But I love a tubular cast on. I don't mind them. I love a tubular bind off. Tubes, tubular, totally tubular, like I said before. So yeah, I love a tubular cast on, and I am just really looking forward to this. I know she said she's gonna make a cardigan, and it's just so fun to knit these, so fun to watch the spin cycle change colors, see how everything mixes together. So I'm already thinking of yarns that I would want to buy to make a cardigan, because that's what I need, I need another project. And this is the main thing that I've been working on. I've also been working on my weekender, and that is still coming along, and I'm not done with that yet. Still working on the body and then the sleeves. Hopefully I'll whip right out because I got these short little arms, so that will be done. And then I have like a huge stash of whips. So I decided that I was gonna pick out a whip, start working on it, and try to finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my whip that I pulled out that I really want to finish. We'll see. We'll see. It's really cute though, and it's in my favorite bag, and I love this bag. I love this bag. It's so cute. It's a pink Hazel bag. I love all of her bags. I don't even want this one to leave the house. Like, I want to use it and I want to leave the house with it, but I also don't want to leave the house with it, and I want it to just stay perfect forever. So I love this bag. But inside I've got my cute little whip. And this is my Paul Klee sweater. But I'm not going to make this a sweater. I'm going to make it a tank top. Or not tank top, a t-shirt. I'm going to make it into a t-shirt. And I am knitting this with Hello Stella Fibers Highland wool. I've been collecting her mini skeins now for some time. I love them. This Highland wool is amazing. And as you can see, as I've said, I made the mistake of now knitting in beige. I have a really hard time finishing things in plain colors. The color work, I whipped right through it, done in a week, wham, bam, boom. The body is taking a little longer, so I still have to knit down and then split the sleeves and the body. I'm gonna do an I-cord sleeve, and then I'm maybe gonna do an I-cord around the bottom. I want it to be a t-shirt. I feel like it's appropriate for California. I'm really enjoying how like neon's making a comeback. It's really bright and colorful, and I love bright, colorful things. So it's really fun that everybody's like really embracing this. And when I go to the store, it's like everything's really bright. There's no earth tones around. Just kidding. I don't mind earth tones, but I'm just really drawn to the bright colors. And it's just so fun. This one is 18 different mini skeins of colors. And like I said, I've been collecting them. Huge fan. And I did the I-cord neckline. I'm not doing any short rows in the back. I did not do a ribbed neckline either. I want it to be like boat necky and open. I want that look on purpose. I want it to not be too thick and heavy. So I need to start whipping this out. It really shouldn't be that hard to just wham bam thank you ma'am in a circle and finish all of the beige knitting. But apparently it's more difficult than I think. But maybe if it's in front of my face, I'll finish it. And then I'll have another whip done. I don't know what I'm pulling off of here. Like I said, dogs, animals, farm. There's like stuff all over everything all the time. So yeah, I think I'll really love to wear this. So I'm gonna get working on it. Hopefully it won't be a whip for much longer, but no guarantees, right? No guarantees. No. But then, oh, my bag. I'm so happy to, whoop. Isn't she gorgeous? She's just so gorgeous. Look at her. She's so gorgeous. So yeah, what am I wearing today? I am wearing my Bluebell Peplum top. This is a pattern by Sandra Gutierrez. She goes by Nomad Stitches on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube. She does lots of tutorial videos. The majority of her projects are crochet, but she does do some knit, and I test knit this one for her, and I love it. It is a little peplum top. It's tight, and then it flares out at the bottom, and you can make it cropped. You can cut it off at the first lace repeat, And it's so nice and breezy, which I need cooler weather knits. It's not that cold in California, especially during the summer, so I don't usually wear very much. So I try to focus on like cooler materials like yarns and stuff. And this one is a Kotlin is actually what it's called. I don't remember who it's by. I'll link it somewhere. So yeah, it's got a cute little tie in the back with a little bow and a little keyhole. So this one's really nice and breezy, and like flows along the body really nicely, very flattering, I would say. And you know, you could also wear it in the winter with like a jacket or a cardigan or something. So yeah, I love her patterns. I've knit quite a few of them and I'm a huge fan. Very like summery vibe with her patterns. I love it. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. Next, I'm gonna go over all of the stuff that I've been doing with spinning. So last time I saw you, I had mentioned that I was finishing plying up some yarn, and this is one of the skeins that I needed to ply. This is the 3-ply. It's by Yeonee Makes, and it's got some silk in it, and I believe merino and some other fun things. And I've got a couple more bats. This was a bat, so I've got a couple more bats of this. I spun it worsted. That's my favorite go-to. Like I said, it's not perfect. I don't aim to have perfect spinning. I just aim to have fun spinning. This could be, I don't know, a sport to a DK maybe, but I'm gonna spin up a bunch of her bats and then figure out what I'm gonna make with them. It's gonna be like some kind of a marley goodness. I have one more of her bats right here to show you that I'm gonna start working on. I'm gonna put it in my spinning queue. There's a queue now, and it's just this, hello, gorgeous purple bat with all these bright colors in it. So fun. Oof, right? Is that right up my alley? You don't even know me and you can tell this is right up my alley. You'll know me soon enough. So yeah, this will be fun. I'm gonna put this in my queue and I'm gonna spin another 3-ply. So I've got 3 2-ounce bats of this as well and a couple other colors. And then when I'm done, I'll figure out what I'm gonna make. And spinning is like such a long-term project, right? Like to me, it's such a long-term craft. I'm like always working on all these different things, and spinning is just, my spinning wheel sits over here. I just spin a little bit every day. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I spin a lot. So yeah, but this, I had to have this, right? This came in one of those evil farmer-daughter emails. Got me again. Can't wait to see what you're gonna get me with next week. Love. So I did that. That will be another project. And then I had also finished spinning up some of my Verb for Keeping Warm Fiber Club fiber. This was some kind of a long wool. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. And it feels like kind of like a rug wool to me. It's really rough. I don't know that I would want to knit a garment with this, but that's the whole point of this like luxury fiber club, is to kind of see what fibers I like, because you're getting different fibers every month, right? So I decided that I would bring out my little box and kind of show you the different fibers that I've already finished from my Verb for Keeping Warm little fiber club. And I'll set this one over here because I don't need that one in here, but here it is. Woo. So it's all these pretty colors. Lots of blues, of course, and they're all natural dyes. Some of these have yak in them. I can tell there's silk in these. I can tell you that this one was special. I kind of do my like experimental spinning with this stuff. So this one was my first woolen spinning that I did, my woolen draw spinning that I did. And I hand carded all these little fibers. They're these pretty like strawberry shortcakey colors. So beautiful. Obviously it has silk in it. Can't really tell you what else, but this one's really gorgeous. This one's got lots of greens in it. So yeah, just kind of like learning all the different fibers that are out there. I do have tags for these. I'm just kind of lazy. when it comes to that kind of thing. Because it's just for fun. I know one day I'm probably going to kick myself in the pants and wish I would have this all meticulously recorded somewhere, but I don't. And that's okay. That's fine. So I'm going to keep adding to that. And then my next, currently on my wheel, I have some indigo fluff from my Verb Fiber Club that I'm going to spin up into singles and then, you know, ply it from a cake. Two-ply it from a cake and then put it in my little fiber stash over here. And then after that, I think I'll get started. This is my next skein that I want to dye of theirs. So this one is dyed Logwood and Madder, and it's Baby Camel and Tussa Silk. And look at how beautiful. I mean, that's gorgeous, right? It's so pretty. Like, what a pretty color. It looks like redwood trees, which we have lots of redwoods here. And it's just, it's beautiful. So yeah, this is the Essential Luxury Fiber from Verb. And they called this one Sugar Plum Dreams. So yeah, after the indigo and after I get started doing some other spins, I'll do this. I kind of like to mix up my spinning and store my singles on bobbins and then just kind of work through everything slowly. Kind of keeps me entertained. I don't know. Do I have art crafting ADD? Probably. So I like to start things, do something different, mix it all around, keep me entertained, keep me on my toes, you know, keep me entertained. So that's my Verb for Keeping Warm fiber. I love it. And then on top of all of that, last couple weeks, I went a little witchy in the kitchen. I decided to start natural dyeing, and I was pulling all kinds of stuff from the garden, going on walks, grabbing foliage, boiling it up to make dyes. And I did do some avocado dye, and I have that all in my little cotton fabric stash. So I did that. But what I mainly did that I really wanted to do was dye up some fiber that I had got from a woman at the Spinning Guild and dye it with cochineal. So that's what I did. And it was very time consuming because it's a very slow process to dye wool. You have to, you know, for the natural dyes, you first have to develop the color in the water, and then you have to cool it, and then you have to add your fiber, which is, you know, I think it's pencil roving. It's very thin roving. You know, you have to put that in the water cold and then heat it up and then cool it down. So I had a good time with it though. I like being a little kitchen witch. It's fun. I got my cochineal dyeing down pretty good. If I do it again, I'm going to do it a lot differently. I kind of, again, got impatient and just dove head first. So this fiber that I got was from, as I said, a woman in the guild, and it's mostly from her animals on her little farm here in the area, and it is alpaca and Shetland and mohair that she got from the Monterey County fiber auction. And yeah, I'm gonna show you. It's a lot of balls. It's about a pound and a half, I think, of fiber. And the first little dye bath that I did with the cochineal, ooh, so fluffy, ended up this like pinky red color. And that's fine. That was cool. I was happy with that, right? So this was the first bunch of roving I put in there, but then it turned into this like dusty mauve-y purple. Which, hello. I'm not mad about that. I love this color. It's so pretty. All of the rest of the fiber turned out this color. I wound it up in 4-ounce bumps. That's what I'm calling them, bumps. 4-ounce little bundles, and mordanted it and then dyed it. And it was time consuming. And this fiber might be a little felted. It might not. I have not spun with it yet, but either way, I'm gonna make it work. So I've got 6 balls. I've got 6 balls. And it's all in this like pretty mauve-y color. I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out really great. So I really can't wait to get this on the wheels. My plan, whoa, knocking things over. My plan with it is to knit, spin, and then knit a shawl that I really want to enter into our county fair. I love the county fair. It's coming up this year here in the area, and I'll probably just do like a whole little special episode on my submissions and things like that. And I submitted things for 1 year. I won an award for my shawl. I'll show you that one day. And for this, I really want to spin it into a 2-ply and then knit a shawl out of it. and then submit it for a fair judging. And I think it will take me at least another year, maybe not next year it will be done, but maybe the year after. Knitting lace shawls is time consuming, and I like the complicated ones. But this is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I am really excited. I really can't wait to get started spinning this. So it's gonna be a toss-up because I've got some very tempting things to get on the wheel. And I don't have, you know, all the time in the day, even though I wish I did. But this is gonna be, you know, a really fun little project. The original yarn had like a little bit of gray hairs in it. I don't know who that's from, but this is it. Like, I don't know, you know, and what I mean is like, I don't know an animal, but this is it kind of like floofed out. It might be a little felted, but I'm a beginner. I'm just having fun. I'm just experimenting. I don't try to compare myself to other people too much. I try to just do like what brings me joy and either keep the things for myself or give them away, mainly keep them, and then learn from them. And that's how we learn, right? That's how we educate ourselves and, you know, get into all these different crafts, pretty much self-taught. But luckily, you know, after COVID, a lot of things or a lot of places are having classes and stuff now. So I'm also going to start trying to take some more classes to just hone my skills and things that I really like doing, like spinning. I'm going to be going to Lambtown Festival this fall, and that's just a couple hours north of me. And it's a fiber festival, and they have a lot of classes, so I'm going to do some classes with them. And so I try to take advantage of classes when I see them pop up that are, you know, if they're within driving distance, I want to go to them. I want to learn. I want to learn everybody's techniques so I can make up my own techniques and make up my own fun things to do. And, you know, dive headfirst into another craft that I don't have time for. That's what we're here for. We need to influence each other. If you want to try something, just like go head first. And if you need support, like ask people. I'd love to support you in whatever crafts you want to do. And that's what's so great about the fiber community is everybody is so ready and willing to like share their knowledge and what they know. Like to dye with this cochineal, it's quite a process. I've had the bugs for a while. You have to grind it into a powder. There's different things to do with it. I found all that information from other people that had gathered that information and put it up on blogs and videos on the internet. So that's why we love the internet. We can learn how to do almost anything. So yeah, we love our crafts. What's your favorite craft, or what kind of classes are you taking this year, or what do you like to learn about? You know, it's fun. It's fun. We love the internet. I like to share the things that I know as much as I can. I don't know if you wanted to know about cochineal dyeing, I could share it with you, but I don't think I did it right. Obviously, because I got two completely different colors, but I would love to just tell you, you know, whatever you need help with or want to know about, like, I want to share that information with you. It's important to me that we all, you know, spread the love. Spread the love. And so, yeah, look at these. These are fun little balls. So my last thing, because I was not done dyeing after this whole, like, 2 weeks of dyeing, I was thinking I need to dye more. So I pulled out my acid dyes, and this was also, you know, I pulled out the acid dyes originally to over dye the yarn, and then I decided to keep it out and pull out some roving that I had and dye that. So that's what I did with these. I made this really fun, like colorful bloobity bloob squishy pillow cloud of floof, and it's Rambouillet. And then I dyed up this one, and they're all like, I don't know. I don't like to squish them down, you know. They want to be fluffy. I'm just going to let them be fluffy. This big ball of floof. And this is more Rambouillet. And this is just like this like gorgeous, beautiful, like lilac-y purples. How pretty is that? Gorgeous. So I think I'll do some kind of color work thing with these. Probably a hat, because it'll be quick. But who knows? Maybe I can do multiple hats. This I love. I could dye this into a sweater lot and then spin for a sweater, right? You can never have too much purple, magenta, orchid, fuchsia, whatever. This kind of hits all the nails on the head. And you know, this is like an example of having, like, this is fun. Like, this is fun to see roving dye because it changes colors. Like, I don't think I put a purple color like this in the dye pot, this was like a light pink, a fuchsia, and then a lilac. And you know, I don't know much about color theory or dyeing or how colors mix. I started to like teach myself that, obviously, because when we're interested in our crafts, we want to learn about them. And you know, lilac has a lot of blue in it, so of course it made, you know, this darker purple and kind of turned blue in some areas. So that's why dyeing roving is so fun, because it's just kind of like a big mystery of what the colors are gonna be. I mean, at least for me, because I'm no expert, I'm just a novice. Like, this is just a hobby. So it's fun. It's fun to experiment. So yeah, how am I gonna choose what to put on the wheel first when my indigo is done? I think it actually is probably gonna be the cochineal, because I'm so excited to see how that fiber spins up. And that's pretty much all for my like crafting that I've been doing. Oh, I have one more thing. I dropped it though. Hold on, be right back. Hello, I'm back. We have lots of flowers in the garden, and I was doing the botanical dyeing with the cochineal, witching it up in the kitchen, and I decided to try hammering some flowers onto tea towels. And this is one of them. This is a Cosmo from the garden. And I hammered this Cosmo onto a tea towel, and it looks so good. The flower hammering is really fun. Really nice way to like get your little frustrations out. It's not like you have to whack-a-do those flowers. So it's a really nice way to kind of get those frustrations out, but then use the fresh flowers, and they look so cool. Like, this is a week old and it still looks really good. So this has been really fun. Of course, I've got more Cosmos to whack-a-do with, and I've got some more tea towels. I did over dye some of the tea towels with some cochineal, trying to like evaporate and use up the dye bath, because the dye was in the water of the cochineal forever. So I've got some light pink, and I'm going to do some more of the Cosmo hammering, and then is just making me think about next year, and I need to order a lot more dye flowers for a bigger dye garden, because what could go wrong? Gardens are so fun. My beautiful dahlia garden is really taking off. I've got so many. Look at this beauty. Isn't she gorgeous? I don't even know what she's called. She's so cute. She's really pretty. Look at this one. This one is named after my mother, and that's why I bought it. She's very cute. And then this pink one, love her. She might be called Big Pink. And then this one is another one that I really like. And I don't remember the names of any of these. I do, however, have them all labeled out in the garden. So those are my fun ones. They're kind of new. Oh, there's a little bug on there. What are you doing? Oh, jumped on me. Woo, woo. I don't like bugs or spiders. I like fake bugs, but I don't like real ones. And then what these ones? I have so many flowers out there. So there's literally bouquets just all over my house. Give them away when I can. You know, it's hard to transport big bouquets, but look at this pretty guy. Look at her. She's like striped. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, I love my dahlias. They're very inspiring. I think, I don't know what came first, like my love of those salmony pink colors or my love for the dahlia. It's hard to say, but I'm really just loving the dahlia garden this year. It's been absolutely gorgeous. And you know, that's pretty much it for today. I'm thinking that next week I'm going to share with you some of my sewing content, not content, whatever, some sewing stuff. I'm going to share with you some sewing stuff. I've been quilting. I made my second quilt. I'm doing the binding. I've been doing some English paper piecing. I've been sewing clothes. I've been having a lot of fun with sewing. So I think next time I see you, I'll just be kind of like chit-chatting with you about sewing. I'll show you some of the like natural dyed cottons that I've been doing for that. And then of course, always a little bit on knitting, because that's always really fun. And I'm so glad that you took the time to sit in, listen to what I've been working on. I'd love to know what you're working on. Go ahead and let me know down below. You can follow me on Instagram at Little Kate Babe. That's also where my Ravelry name is. And you can find me there, and you can follow me, and then I can look at you, see what the things that you're working on. You can see the things I'm working on. And I think it's just like a really fun way to meet makers and keep in touch with each other. So I'm so glad that you sat in, and I hope you enjoyed seeing a little snippet into my colorful life. See you next time. Bye.